I'm Mike Wessinger, founder and executive chairman of PointClickCare.
And my name's Dave Wessinger, and I'm the CEO of PointClickCare. There is no chance Mike or I would be in the position we're in today without our mother giving us a chance.
You can imagine when you're in college, the thing you're not thinking about is, you know what we need to do, get in the software business for nursing homes. It's not exactly the sexiest looking market.
It just felt like the right place to be, and watching her do the things she did and improve the situations in all the homes she went into got us feeling like, gosh, we could do some good ourselves.
High IQ, high EQ. He's incredibly intelligent, and I think the reason why we've done so well together is we complement each other well.
Crazy. I mean, he's a little nutty, and I think that's what makes him great. There's no challenge he's not prepared to take on.
The intersection of things that we're passionate about and very good at is very small overlap. There are things where I cover off his blind spots and areas where he covers off mine.
He ran the finances and never looked at them. I ran kind of the product engineering side. He didn't worry about it. That allowed us to perform way beyond our capabilities as individuals.
Well, before PointClickCare came around, we were really in the dark ages of medical records and nursing homes. Believe it or not, we kept the medical records by hand. There was no coordination with other healthcare providers. There'd be a set of medical records in our buildings, there'd be a set of medical records at the hospital, at the various doctor's offices. There was no place for people to look to see what was all the care that our residents were receiving. Sometimes it would lead to errors. Very commonly, residents would be receiving way too many medications because nobody knew exactly what the other doctors and nursing homes were prescribing.
My formative years, I'll say, were spent working on a floor of an assisted living building, and so I actually got to witness technology in action or not in action.
The Wessingers had two big ideas that revolutionized the adoption of electronic medical records in nursing homes. The first was the fee. Before they came along, if you wanted to have medical records, you had to buy the system all at once, and oftentimes this would cost as much as $500,000 a building. Nursing homes just did not have the money to do that. They developed a per building per month fee, so for a very modest amount, you could have the most modern, best system available out there. The second big thing they did was they stored their records in the cloud so that all healthcare providers could populate them with information about the resident. Suddenly it became very easy to see exactly what all of the care was that the resident was receiving. And this was not only more efficient, it resulted in better care for the residents.
Ultimately, we were just solving for a challenge that our customers had and allowed us to really enter in that market, solve that challenge, and disrupt an entire industry.
I had had my own business in setting up accounting systems in nursing homes. The boys were in university, and Dave needed a part-time job, so I brought him in where I was, and by that time I had moved from accounting into tech. We knew there was a real need in the nursing homes right across the country. A lot of them weren't even computerized.
Bootstrapping, I think, built an important DNA in the organization, which was be capital efficient with your money, be very, very focused on the customer. And I think it's something that companies that are overfunded early, they miss out on that opportunity.
Time erodes memory. They were awful. They were terrible times. We couldn't put food on the table. We're making, every time you use your credit card, it's like, is it even gonna work?
2005 was when we got two big customers. Before that, we had done Canada, and then we started in the States. It was hard work. Everybody in the company was working day and night just to try and do this, and it was a passion.
It was like a snowball, and so you don't really see it happening until it's happening, and you're kind of like rolling down the hill with all of these people deciding to be on this mission and this path with you. And growth has been something we've fallen into versus designed to do. We were just young enough, we were just dumb enough to do something nobody would ever do.
There had never been a virus like this that was this contagious and this deadly, with so little treatment options early on. So we relied upon PointClickCare for all sorts of data that they were able to provide us in real time that we normally would only receive with great time lags through CMS.
You think about long-term care and skilled nursing facilities, they were ground zero for COVID death. We were able to give them insights that in the absence of our data would be impossible to get. If we weren't in the cloud, the ability to aggregate that data would be impossible.
We at Hellman & Friedman are investors in software companies across the board in different end market verticals. We've been studying PointClickCare as a company, as an investment opportunity from afar, dating back maybe 7 or 8 years. There's so much opportunity in healthcare. I think it's news to nobody that our healthcare system's pretty broken. A company like PointClickCare has a right to win and has a right to be much larger in the future by delivering more and more to customers and making customers' lives easier so that they can focus on care for their patients. And so we think there's lots of opportunity.
So in the last year in particular, we've completed a couple of acquisitions, integrating all of those businesses in our company. The number of our employees has grown to over 2,100.
Their system is in well over 60% of all of the nursing homes across the country, which speaks for itself as to how well they've done.
We haven't even seen the beginning of the demographic push on the healthcare system.
The silver tsunami is real. It will significantly impact long-term care because of the number of people that will need services in long-term care. The typical age of a resident in a facility is 83 years old, and we're now entering into a time where the oldest baby boomers will turn 80 in the next year or two. There will be millions more of them over the next 30 years.
We all need to use as many efficiencies as possible to create a model that provides high quality care for this population.
And if we don't change the way it is that we care for seniors, fundamentally, we'll bankrupt the healthcare system.
PointClickCare is one of the, if not the biggest healthcare unicorn in Canada. And that's amazing for Canadians. It's amazing for people who work for this company here in Canada. I'm so proud that a couple of Canadian brothers built this company that has made such an impact on the world.